And so I'm gonna start streaming, but well, that way when I'm talking, you know that it's not to you.
So they're voting the way they're expected to vote, or is someone going to surprise people?
Okay. Okay, so yeah, so today I'm gonna stream the rest of Elite League and maybe into Champion, but there are these
So I'll take
these special arenas from 12 to 3. They're not really special though, but anyway, I'm gonna play in the Blitz one because, as we can see, I'm over 100 trophies ahead of the third place player for my division, so I should be able to advance to Champion just through Blitz instead of doing lots of pre-moving and bold. I haven't been doing as much pre-moving lately, but yeah, my previous stream, the sound I don't think came through, so that is what it is. But yeah, I was talking about like this sort of new strategy I've been doing where I'm doing more pre-moving, particularly against much lower rated players. At least that's what I was doing in the bold arenas. Haven't been doing it quite as much lately, even if I try. But I guess there's Blitz. Yeah, and sometimes I was mirroring my iPhone screen to my Mac screen for that one because bold is a lot easier for me to do on the touch screen as opposed to with the mouse, with just pre-moving and stuff, and also just being fast. Really being fast is much easier for me on the touch screen. Maybe I have more experience. I guess I have a lot, at least, over the past whatever number of years, I probably have much more experience on the touch screen, perhaps, at least over the last several months, probably. Probably for multiple years, maybe, at least. We're going to have the pawn on g5 that's weak. This will play here. The arena guys can be much stronger than their ratings, but not unbeatable. So I guess queen d2 hits d6 and g5, so that's good.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. I guess we can just double rooks on the d file. Yeah, so streaming, I guess. Yeah, the previous stream was also like a demonstration of the sort of new strategy I was trying with the more pre-moving, which obviously gets me more trophies if I can beat the lower rated players faster. And the impact on my rating, I mean, you could say it's debatable, maybe a little bit bad, but it could also just be bad from my rating could have also just gone down from not playing as well. But I mean, although pre-moves can cost me sometimes, I try to make them at least somewhat safe, at least for the most part, and it can help to have more time, definitely. So it's not like it's a one-way street where I'm taking all these risks with pre-moves and not getting anything out of it. It can help me up on time. And obviously the extra trophies are good. This hits f7, so okay, let's checkmate. Yeah, I'm joining this arena very late because it's like almost an hour late that I joined. So probably I won't win, but I can try. It's a 3-hour arena. I probably won't play the very end because for advancing to the next league, the next league is Champion, which is where there's actually money prizes. And basically, it depends on which division you're in. Like if you're in the first division, which already has been populated by people from last week, by 33 people, and maybe you could say even 34. Not sure how it registers, because I think someone like dropped out of the league or something, or got kicked out or whatever. But yeah, so I don't know if that spot is going to be replaced by someone this week or not. But that one, there's a $10,000 first prize, and there are other prizes as well. The second division that opens has prizes there. The first top few prizes are basically 10% of the prize for the top division, so like a $1,000 first prize. And then future divisions, basically, I'm not sure if the third division, which I assume there's going to be a third division, is going to even have any money prizes. Like the first 200 players to get into champion get a 1-year diamond membership, but title players get that for free, so that doesn't really help me unless I get to gift it to someone. And so even if I get to gift it to someone, that helps the person I gift maybe more than me. But there's and then there's the leftover division that doesn't get filled, and so it doesn't even start this coming week, and so that one, I've heard, doesn't get any prizes. So when you get assigned to a division, you either get assigned when you log in, or if you're already logged in at 3 o'clock Eastern, when the new week starts. But the thing is, I assume everyone's going to be logged in, so I don't really know what the next tiebreaker is. But I think last week I might have gotten assigned when I checked my messages or something. So like, I'm probably gonna be hovering over like home or messages or something. Like when you can see from my clock here that I have the seconds counting. So don't allow repeat night of fate. Just go takes and so. So I'll probably be hovering around there to try to get into the new League of Champion as fast as possible. Because it could be pretty important. Keep C6 defending. He has to trade now, otherwise I checkmate on H1. Yeah, it would have the two connected there. Because next week, I imagine that a lot of the top players will be back playing Bullet, I'll probably be doing more Blitz next week. Still, there can be some strong players in Blitz, but it might not be as difficult as Bullet. So this arena can sort of serve as a segue into next week. Of course, next week is not really all that worth it if I'm not in a good champion division. But we'll see what happens there. I don't like that, there's so much chance involved. And when you get assigned and stuff like that. There's a pile of a pin piece, one's the knight for a pawn, and I already want pawn there, and he also gambited a pawn. So logical for him to resign. Also being significantly outrated. Yeah, so I don't know what's going to happen with the new week, but I guess we'll see. Okay, normal. Just play this safe. Just castle. Oh, E4 is... Okay, well now I'll take it because I'm castled. And so it shouldn't be all that risky, though C6 being a little bit loose precludes me from playing D5. But Well, now I can play d5, hit the knight, and it should be doing decently here. He takes there. Okay, just resigns. Yeah, you can't resign arenas before move 10. I guess before move, maybe even like before move 11 or something. Not completely sure how that works, but it might be before move 11 or something that you can't resign. And being, when someone's significantly outrated, they might just want to resign the game and move on to the next one. If they've lost any material, or even just because they don't want to play me or something, because I'm a lot higher rate or for whatever reason. So can get some early resignations that way, and also, but it also can lead to abandonments. And unfortunately, because abandonments don't last at least 10 moves, they don't actually net any trophies. And so I get points in the arena, and I might gain rating points, but unfortunately I don't gain trophies from abandonments. Which is really not great, because it's not my fault that they abandoned. I mean, it's on them to play the game. I mean, but obviously I can't force them to make a move. And so they abandon him. I mean, it doesn't cost me that much time, though. So it's reasonable. And everyone has to deal with that anyway, so everyone has to deal with abandonments. I'm not the only one. It's not just higher rated players that have to deal with the abandonments. And it could also be that their connection is not good enough to play, which wouldn't necessarily be their fault either. But online chess relies on internet connection being at least decent for both players. So that can happen when we're playing on the internet. So far I've gained 1 rating point in this arena. That's better than 0. Better than losing points. Usually in the arenas I'll lose rating points, just because it's hard to keep it, and something can happen, and you could say I should have been more careful or something. I probably should have. But not losing rating points in an arena requires probably a lot of consistency when you're rated a lot higher than most of your opponents. Okay, G2's hanging, so you should probably... Okay, don't hang the rook. I guess I could try to put the bishop on the long diagonal to the king to hit e6. And put some more pressure on e6. I guess d5 is also a possibility. I guess I'll just take this. I can play d5 to support the bishop, and d6, and the bishop should be doing pretty well. Unless he plays a 4, I guess, but... We'll see how this goes. Try to put the bishop on a new diagonal. Knight g3 doesn't really concern me, I don't think. Move out of the way. Well, I probably should have gone to d3, but it might not matter. This guy is higher rated than I think the other people I've been beating so far in this arena. I am way up on time, that's good. So I'll go here anyway. Queen h6, like bishop d4, queen h6 wouldn't work because of rook h7, but I can still exchange on d4 and be putting pressure on h6. And he's very low on time. So I should have good chances in this game. And what else does he really do? He can go bishop d4, rook h7. But he's running out of time, so I can pretty much do anything there, as long as I don't lose immediately. Alright, I went on time. And so the trophy rate's actually going pretty well so far in this arena. I mean, there's a decent chance it's not as good as Bullet in the long run. But since I'm far enough ahead of the next guy with, just a little over 2 hours remaining, you can probably afford to do Blitz, which is perhaps better for streaming and maybe better for like chess overall, to not be doing so much Bullet, to be doing some Blitz in addition. Just kick the knight. And kick the knight out. If he was knight e4, bishop h2, queen h4, queen e4. So I have a decent material advantage here. Sort of skewer the queen and the bishop. He has knight e4, but that doesn't work. Take. That's a fork. Okay, next game. Tougher opponent. Takes. Let's take this one, play knight c6. Well, I'm still up a pawn, even with potential bad structure. It's probably a good move. Okay, so I get, no, I can't trade queens. Because then bishop f7 would keep the piece. And also get a pawn. pawn up. It looks like a good square for the knight. Well, he has knight f7. Move the queen up. Just down a rook for no compensation, pretty much except one pawn. Queen d1, you can just move the bishop. Okay, time to resign this game. So that's a loss to a higher rated player that still ends up costing me rating points in the end. I guess he might have joined even later than I do. So now I'm net -3 on the rating. That guy usually beats me though. So it's not a huge surprise I end up losing that game. But I can still get him sometimes. Okay, well, he has a weakness on d5, double pawns on the f file. Guess I can trade these knights and try to trade the other pair of knights. I mean, I have a pawn majority, and he doesn't really have a pawn majority, so that's helpful. Push this up, maybe try to get it to h6. Maybe bring the king up. Guess I can check him when I want to. And now he's gonna have to. Now I get the c pawn. And so, I guess I can't really. I probably shouldn't allow a check on e1. So I guess I should go here. And if f4, king h3, or king h2. Now I think I can allow the check on e1. King's on g8 instead of g7, so the king's on e5. You can't go queen f6 checkmate. We can go queen e7 though. So I could go g4. We'll see if he sees. Okay, he does see it. But he doesn't take the draw. King h6 to get checkmated by queen e3. This whole thing with the king might not have been very good. Okay, go back. Well, I have the more advanced pawn. Oh, but he can just stop it. I should have calculated it out. And this is the type of thing that can happen in an arena. And, you know, you lose all these rating points and it's not very happy, you know. To like try for stalemate. And the thing is, like, you can't, like, it's against the rules to, like, lower your rating and sandbag and, like, you lose all these rating points and it's like, well, it's not like I'm trying to lose per se. Like, I'm not trying to, like, actually lose. At least not really, but I'm still losing a lot of points. Maybe like part of my brain is sabotaging me, but it's not really the definition of sandbagging. Not that there's some part of you that's trying to sabotage you, but anyway. But these arenas can cost a lot of rating points, but it is what it is. Because like a single loss like that costs all these rating points. When you do a lot of these, you can have a lot of those losses, and eventually you can try to be more consistent. But when you're playing way down a lot, it can be hard to gain many points back, even if you try to play better. Try to focus or something, or just try to slow down or whatever, or, you know, take it more seriously. Even then, you know, things that would work maybe in regular blitz to try to get your rating back up, and you can't gain a whole lot of rating points if you're gaining just like 0 or 1 point in almost every game. And then you have the occasional game against someone much higher, against someone similar or higher rated than you, and then you might end up losing that anyway because they're actually good also, and then you lose all these rating points. Okay, so I am up an exchange in this game. Guess I can try to trade pieces. Take this. I think I can take the pawn. We're gonna fake queen g3. Now I should be getting queen trade, which is good considering my material advantage. Look up. Take this guy. That guy is defended. Okay, so a little over an hour and a half left. When it gets down to a few minutes again, I'm probably not going to play, and I'm probably going to focus on trying to get into a good division. Just play g3, bishop g2. Defend the knight this way to avoid double pawns. I guess, yeah, I mean, that's the way I usually defend that knight. When they try to attack you with bishop b4 like that. I can just play b4 and I win d6 if the bishop moves, except to d4, in which case I could just take it there. So I'll probably just take this and take. I would hang a knight, but this could create a nice pawn chain. Okay, another resignation, that's good. Number 28 place. Move up. The pre-move trick there would be e5, by the way, instead of recapturing on d4, hoping the opponent pre-moves knight of 6, and then you can try to win the material that way. Nice trick. I think the main move is knight b3, and Noah goes with queen e2 and bishop e3 seems logical. Don't really have to play queen d2 yet, even though that's the usual square for the queen in this kind of position. b4 if I go f4. And we'll just put the queen on d2. I can play like knight e2, knight g3 if I want. I'll also just play. I'll go a3, stop b4. And I can play f4, bishop e2. Bishop d4 coming. I can also just push the h pawn. He should be trying to get b4 in, I think. And support it and then try to get it in. But I'm not in charge of making him play the way I would play. Or the way I might play, or the way I think maybe he should play. That also helps get b4 in. So I'm try to do it like this and just sacrifice the knight. I guess you can go fg. Knight sack still seems like it could be a possibility there. Probably not though. So then what do I do? I could go bishop c4 and sack the knight. Play that. Yeah, I do have still a lot of pieces to try to attack. Okay, well this I think you get a lot of pawns too and get to open things up. I think this is pretty good for me. I think you should have gone fg maybe at least. Though I guess you can go bishop f8 here. But then I go rook h7 and I mean, can't really say my position is very bad. So also maybe a move. So if he takes, then I get really good passed pawn here. Yeah. So check first. Don't need to give that check, but I could give the check here. And then I don't need to take the rook yet. But I could. hope this is... Yeah, this should be good. This maybe. Alright, yeah. I mean, king h7, rook h1, king g6, f5. Probably it's pretty good. Now, I didn't really see knight f5, queen e6, king g7. But anyway, maybe knight f5, e5. It should be pretty good, probably. At least maybe. Okay, much lower rated player now. I guess my rating's minus 15 right now. I've only been playing for like 40 minutes, so you can see how this rating can go down, 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 down. And yeah, arena people, because of like people like sandbagging, cheating in arenas, then that just puts it downward. That just pushes the ratings down overall. And so arena people can have much lower, or at least lower ratings than they would if they just play regular Blitz. And so I can lose a lot of rating points in arenas, like I keep saying. So the knight's under a lot of pressure here because rook f3 can go queen d4. Well, I guess he has c3 here, but yeah, this rook I think is good to take. Rook f7, bishop e6. Now the knight's under attack, the rook's under attack. You know, I get to trade queens and have lots of extra material. And an extra rook and a knight for a pawn. So resignation is obviously logical there. I'm also in 10th place now. Still well out of first. But I play this guy a lot in bullet. He's very fast on bullet. His blitz rating does not impress as much. His bullet rating is like around 2400-ish. Maybe. Sometimes higher. Maybe sometimes a little, yeah, sometimes probably a little lower, but he only has 6 points in this arena, so he probably joined quite late. But yeah, in arenas you can join anytime and still try to get games that are as close to your rating as possible, given the other people in the arena and given when you're playing and who's playing when. For something like this, obviously, if I'm much higher rated than most of the people, then I'm probably still not going to get opponents who are near my rating in general. However, in something like Arena Kings, where there are more higher rated players, then I could join any time and still get some decent games against people closer to my level. Even if I'm even if I'm way behind them in the standings. I haven't lost d pawn yet, so that's good. Usually in these knight c6 lines, if I don't study it enough, then you can win material off of me with that d pawn, and maybe even get more on me. And I think they're supposed to be bad theoretically, but they're hoping that you don't know it. And of course, like, if I don't know it. But sometimes I might figure something out. And sometimes I might know stuff. At least sort of. So it's not always bad. It's not always bad. I remember once I figured out, I think, probably during the game pretty quickly against Blitzstream. Way to try to trap the queen, and I won the game very quickly. And also, I'm giving all this material. I'm not actually thinking enough. Well, it's only one pawn right now. Try to avoid the time scrambles because this guy's very fast and I'm on the mouse instead of the touch screen, which doesn't work to my advantage. That's why I'm not playing bullet on here, at least that's one reason. Bullet's also not the best way to be good at chess. Yeah, these leagues, I mean, Matthew O'Brien, Wandering Puppet, his username. He talked about his visualization improving from this, but I mean, these leagues, I think you're playing so much chess, and I don't really think you necessarily get all that much better at chess. Offers a draw. Might want, yeah, let's just go rook d7. Just try it. Oh wait, that just, oh, didn't see that. I should have taken that draw. Okay. I think queen takes c3 was to be preferred there instead of queen e6. You're playing the second place guy. Wait, but I want my trophies, so I'm not gonna. Okay, so I need to play. Okay. Yeah, so I get my trophies for that game because it went 10 moves. Needs to go at least 10 moves to get trophies. I mean, granted that I can probably go a game without the trophies, but better get the trophies, and yeah. You can see that's a game where he doesn't like the rating difference and he doesn't want to play it. And I could try to get him to play by doing the same stuff he's doing, but it's a game he doesn't want to play. I'm definitely not obliged to go f6 g5 or something. And I'd rather just get the win. I mean, yeah. So get some pressure on the knight. Then I do have bishop e6, so attacking the queen, attacking the knight should be good. Okay. I can also take the rook, and should be very good position. Especially as black after only 14 moves. But okay. Yeah, it's very good. I should be winning very soon. Mate threat. I'm just moving the bishop. Moves the knight and take his rook. Okay. Okay, so still well over an hour left in this arena. Okay, let's just develop. Just go back e5 at some point, I guess. Maybe I should do it now to avoid losing e4. Okay, can't take that because he has queen e7. But even though I'm down a pawn here, his pawns are doubled on the f file, which is where his pawn majority would be on the king side if the pawns weren't doubled. And just the pawn count. Let's check. This guy's only 1843, so we shouldn't be too concerned. It's not like I have the best position, but not super bad. Shouldn't have allowed b4, but oh well. Bishop c1, and try for bishop f4. Smooth bishop. Bishop f4. Something. Down on time, down a little bit on the board and material, but whatever. Bishop f8, queen h4. And if he goes g5, we can get a lot of compensation there. So I'm hitting d7 and a7, so I might get my pawn back now. And my pawn on the a file is now doubled. It's a nice passed pawn. Queen d3. Just push h4. Try to be safe on the back rank. I guess the strategy here could be to try to trade, but bishop c4 would give him a passed pawn. Yeah, someone like this is probably pretty underrated. Maybe at least. Maybe not. Well, maybe I'm just playing really badly. And now I'm 2566. I guess I lost something more. Oh well. Yeah, it's some draw or whatever. Smooth king. Yeah, rating is already down 20 points in like less than an hour. It's like the story of these arenas. No. Okay, sometimes it's not that bad. It doesn't have to be that bad, but it can happen. Just lose all these points. Well, in Arena Kings, when I started out at 25-24, I went up to 25-86, which is where I started out in this arena, and I'm already down to 25-66. And this guy is so much lower rated, and I'm still not even better, really. I'm just better on time at this point. Well, now I get some trades, and maybe my A pawn will start to get me something. I mean, maybe I'll get better with my A pawn, but it seemed like he might have quite a bit of pressure there with those pieces. Now I should be doing very well in this endgame. I should just be winning. Yeah, this A pawn is not being stopped. Yeah, I mean, with that little time left on his clock, probably doesn't matter all that much what move I play. Also, I'm in number 6 place now. Not close to the top, but, well, getting in within striking distance of the second place guy. There's a guy who wanted to throw that game against me. I think I played him in bold, and he didn't really throw as far as I know, but I guess in blitz he thinks I'm gonna beat him. And based on his username, he's better at Bullet than Blitz. Bullet Master. The top two guys both have Bullet in their username, but they're doing well in a Blitz arena. But Blitz can get into a time scramble and have resemblance, and can resemble Bullet in some ways. Queen h5 is the idea here. And try to gain a second pawn after h4 en passant. But I can also take e3. Try for some. Okay, now I get this one. Okay. Okay, Zubritsky again. Bishop e5 is an idea. Okay. Okay, also EF. Open G file. So I should be getting white square bishop. So go to h5. Also got 4 ideas. G which you want. He's knight f6. Bishop d4. Knight d4. c3. c1. b4 also hangs. Let's take, there's rook g5. Alright, get the win. Good player to beat. That's something I've been doing in bullets that I should not be doing in bullets, especially considering with that rating. Someone could easily play e4. In a blitz game, it would be hard to recover from something like that. Or in bullet, whereas in bullet it might be possible. I should not be doing that pre-move in bullets. But that's a bullet thing that I was doing, and should not carry over to blitz. Oh, and that's stupid because it's b5. He luckily misses. Okay. e4 and take. Idea e5, of course. Rook over f7. Knight e4, double rooks on e5. Maybe slip rook f1, but is what it is. Can't trade the e7 rook. It's a b7, but just with the king. No, I'm not really sure how I win this game. I'm not losing, but I don't know how I win. Let's go back. I can go knight e2 though. Doesn't have rook b1 to defend b4. Okay, do a check here. Yeah. Maybe knight. Yeah. I win a good game. Lose this. I mean, maybe I'll save this, but. Rook e7, there's rook b1. Go up. I should. Oh no, no, no. That wouldn't have necessarily been better. What's that move? If I queen first, I think I'm doing pretty well. Let's go with check first. I guess I kind of worked myself in a bit there, but this looks very good. Yeah, I had been told by my coach to take a queen instead of checkmate if I had the choice. However, in online chess, especially with the not a whole lot of time, and also in the arena format, in the trophies format, it's better to try to win the game as quickly as possible if I have a choice in terms of how quickly I want to win. So if I took the queen with rook c2, I'd probably still win. But in online chess, you could always get disconnected, could always run out of time. And in the arena format with also leagues in the mix, better go for a checkmate. Like you do on the list that's not checkmate, and you should have just taken the queen, but in this case I was pretty sure. In general, I'll be pretty sure that something is checkmate, but you could always mess it up. I remember once I was playing a tournament game, and I think I thought that the position was checkmate, and it wasn't. So that can happen. That was really like 1800 something in US chess rating. So it can happen at a decent level too. You miss something, you think something's checkmate or something. Actually, like in Title Tuesday, like this past week, I thought that I was checkmating my opponent, and it turns out I'd thrown away my queen. And it happened. Yeah, the sound didn't come. I mean, the game didn't end, even though I guess I thought I had checkmated my opponent. And I just put my queen where rook could take it. Hey, only -4 now. I'm also in 3rd place. It's a pre-move trick. It's not so bad objectively to play it this way. This is like maybe like -0.3 or something in evaluation. I believe an f6 is already a mistake. I believe the correct way is queen a5 check, c3, and then knight c6. But okay. Position on a logical square. Queen d5 makes sense. Queen e7, probably just kingside castle. And yeah, I should try to get f4 in. I think it makes more sense to put rook on. I think it makes sense to put rook on d file though. You get some stuff. Just to try to weasel his way out. Try to get a knight to f5 or d5. Queen d5 might have been a bad move. This is probably really want something like a knight on d5. It might have been a bit of a queen d5. I probably want to get my bishop to a better square. Like f2. Now I think it looks pretty good. Rook a8, bishop e6. Here I have knight e6, so this looks very good. His knight on h6 is bad. Yeah, now I'm still getting the. I'm still hitting the other rook. I'm still hitting the other rook. Taking one rook. Now I've taken both rooks. Previously I'd taken one rook. I'll try to open files now. d6. So I'm still out of striking distance of first, but now I've been knocked down to fourth. I guess the guy in front of me had won 2 games and won 2 in a row. Also, he has a decent rating. My rating is only -2 now in the arena, so that's pretty good. That one against Britsky was good. Now, on the positive side of leagues, by the way, I will say, get to play a lot of chess. We do play a lot of chess. It's really a lot. Oh, yeah, I hate the auto-resume. Like, when you're actually thinking the opening, but okay. Maybe if knight e5 with queen c3. Probably should have castled first. This knight b5, queen b8. Oh. And this looks decent again. Oh. Keep queens on. Yeah, he has queen b4 by v3. I can try to attack on king's side. d6. So this guy's only 1957, so shouldn't be too worried. But he did find knight d3, which is pretty good. But people can find a single tactic. 43. He's still third place. Probably by a reasonable margin, I would imagine. I've been doing pretty well in this arena. So, how did he know that I'll go bishop g6 to pre-move? Yeah, he pre-moved castles, but he knows on the next move I might take d3. And these guys, like, it's like they know what I'm thinking. Maybe just because I didn't really pause much on bishop takes d3, but like they know like what I'm gonna do, like when I'm gonna try to catch them on the pre-move. Okay, I do have a passed e pawn here. Queen g6. Here, I guess I played this guy before. Maybe he knew. Maybe I did the same thing against him before, but I'm definitely not accepting a draw against someone this rating. Yeah, it's only 209. Why accept a draw? A5. Okay, I see. He doesn't want to play this game. Okay. He wanted to get himself to the last position. I don't know who Gertzo is, but looks like he's on track to finish ahead of me. Well, depending on when the games end, I guess. But he's doing pretty well. He's got a decent rating, too.